here, just across from Treshnish Isles at Rydal Bay, there's a cave of antiquity. This is it here. It's not very large. There's a lot of shells there. That might have been part of their shell midden. They'd have to be pretty desperate to want to eat limpets. It's like a mouthful of rubber. But people once possibly stayed here a few nights, maybe for a longer time. Might have been a ceremonial site. Because native peoples, of course, lived in transportable shelters. They weren't cavemen at all. They were just like we know of other native peoples, like say in America. They transported their shelters around with them when they were out hunting. They might have used this on passing or for a longer time, but they weren't cavemen. Just a common modern denigration. And the reason we can tell that the ancient scientific description of ancient man in these parts as cavemen, we can tell that is wrong simply because, well, there's not nearly enough caves. I mean, there's hardly any caves. There's no way there's enough caves to provide accommodation for the number of people that there would have been around. Caveman, that's part of modern science's mythology to make us out as being superior and advanced. That's our mythology. Mythology of delusion. That's the cave. The native peoples that used these caves, it's a very different landscape they would have seen than this empty one. Here we've got ancient dying remnant, that's a dead one right now. Dead remnant of a once forest that stood all over these lands. It's not some puny little scrubby tree, it's quite a big tree. They were everywhere. Anywhere you go in the coasts and hills of this country, you'll find the same story. Woodland, natural woodland dying out. It's everywhere. Now we get this other modern mythology of our civilization is that we care about nature. It's a lie. We don't care about nature unless it's worth money. We kill it and destroy it relentlessly. And conservation goes on about saving natural woodlands. I mean, all the natural woodlands are dying. All we've got is fenced enclosures of new plantations. This would all have been a woodland. It's just sheep, maggots that we don't even need. Why do we have sheep everywhere? Or cows or whatever? Well, it's because two main reasons: to keep people employed and to stop the land reverting to the wild. Civilization hates wild land and hates depopulation. The whole way it operates is actually the opposite to the way native peoples lived. Because their spiritual connections engendered harmony and respect with nature. Civilization's agenda does not engender harmony and respect at all. But we delude ourselves that it does. Well, we've just got to enjoy the little bit that's left. Harmony and respect for nature are impossible with civilization. The reason for that is simple. Civilization depends on money, economic growth, profit. If you're not making a profit, somebody else will beat you to it. There's no other way it can be. That's why it's a dead end. As we destroy nature, we destroy ourselves. Just as we destroy native peoples, we'll destroy ourselves. That's the truth. It's a dead end, a drama, and a dead end. There's your fish farm over there. Cheap fish. Trawler out there, dredging up the ocean bed for your luxury seafood. That's the way it is. Nothing is spared. There's a cave along here. Cave isn't up to much. Of course we have humanism and communist ideologies and etc, etc. But all these things don't actually work because our basic state of civilization is contrary to nature. It can never work in harmony with nature. These ideologies are all fantasies. The only true egalitarian society was and is the native society. As simple as that. That is what we in essence are. And civilization is an imprint. That's why we're full of moral mazes and moral hypocrisies. We create it all ourselves. The only true way is the native way. Our way is a way of illusion. That's all part of the drama. What's the big drama about? Well, I can't answer that one. Can never answer the big question at the end. Oh, there we go. It's okay, pretty rubbish. Another cave here. And if you reply, well, native peoples had all their deficiencies in various ways, morally, ethically, or whatever. Well, you may as well say that nature has its deficiencies. That's why we denigrate nature as being harsh and unforgiving and needing to be controlled and dominated. Even call nature amoral. Think of all the death and violence in nature. That's just nature. It's civilization, which is the artificial imposition. It's us modern people that are living in illusion, not ancient peoples. So science and all its knowledge is effectively just knowledge of the material. It cannot see anything else. It can never understand native peoples or nature. And for science, of course, the spiritual doesn't exist. In essence, it doesn't exist.